You're tuning into the Latin Feels podcast with your host, Daniel Alvarez, and the one and only Tiny. That's me.
What is up, fam? Welcome to another episode of the Latin Feels podcast with your host, Daniel Alvarez and
Evelyn Salazar.
What up?
What's going on?
Chilling, ya nos regañaron.
¿Quién nos regañaron?
Yeah, the Latin community has spoken.
The Latin community. You know what's funny? One of them was not Latin.
Oh, really?
Yeah. One.
Half of the Latin community has spoken.
But she is, what is it? An adopted Latina.
Yeah, apparently, because of our name, they're like, why don't you focus on more Latino?
Yeah.
Issue. I was just like, hey, we're Latino, bro.
Is it not good enough that we're Latin? But you know what? They're onto something. I was just telling Daniel that I think that, the Latin Feels podcast obviously has a Latin feels to it. And we thought it would be enough for us to just be Latino comedians. But maybe we should have a little bit more of a Latin driven something, and whatever that entails, we're going to figure it out and we're going to make it happen because we do want to give back to the community. We do want to help the Latino community. We are Latinos. Like this is what we've been raised to do. I mean, yesterday I had the privilege and honor of having Daniel hang out with my dad, and he got to know a little bit more about me and how, how I was raised and how the mentality that I have now, he can probably see it in my father.
Yeah.
And why I am who I am.
Oh, make a sense of you. I don't know why that turned Asian there, but
my dad is anything but Asian.
Yeah.
My dad looks like he's like Al Pacino's cousin.
Yeah. He's like
the little like Italian,
Yeah. He was hitting us with the chokes last night. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun hanging out.
Yeah. And we're gonna hang out tomorrow. We have some fun things going on tomorrow. I got two of my best friends from the comedy world, which is A.K.A. and Daniel Alvarez coming over for dinner. And then I got another best friend, Shelly Vargas, and she is just an amazing individual. I mean, you know her.
Yeah.
She's great.
Dope.
Yeah, she's got great
You're dope.
energy. She's dope. Shelly Vargas, I love you. And they're coming to dinner, and I'm really excited to have them over.
Well, thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Anything interesting happened since the last episode?
Let me think. Besides us, not being able to figure out this, we try to upload my portion of the videos of the podcast and we couldn't do it, and then we figured it out. So yeah, that was, I think, the most interesting thing that has happened. Besides that, let's see what else. Did I get to talk about Andrew Schultz on this and how I might have an opportunity of meeting him? That's one of my highlights of my like month.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm gonna go see Andrew Schultz March. Don't remember what date exactly, but he's gonna be playing here at the Kia Forum. Mm-hmm. And it just so happens that who I personally assist is friends of Andrew Schultz, like the homie, like, hey, like literally the homie. Yeah. And I dropped the name, and he's like, let me see if I can reach out and see if maybe you guys can like meet him. I didn't want to show how much enthusiasm or fangirl I had inside of me, but I was definitely fangirling. I was fangirling. Sorry. Fangirling. Wow, one happened, okay? Necesitaba una.
Hey.
One fumble, it's fine. So yeah, that's exciting. And then when I came to tell Daniel about my exciting news that night, I was like, I can't believe it. It's going to be so great because maybe I might have a chance. He didn't guarantee anything, obviously, but that's okay. Even the fact that it was an idea that came from my boss's, from his heart and from his mouth, and he said that, like, that was good enough for me to be like, wow, like that's really special. Thank you so much. Yeah. And then I come to tell Daniel, and Daniel's like, you could just meet him someday at the Comedy Store. We're gonna just pass by. I'm like, great, Daniel, thanks a lot.
No, I was pointing out that like because you're in the scene, you'd be like, you probably could just meet him like a few times that weekend because he's gonna do all the spots. You know? Yeah.
Just always.
I was just like, use your comedy.
Raining on my parade.
I was like, use your comedy connection. I was like, what do you mean? You could meet everybody.
I don't know if it's that easy though. For like Dave Chappelle, let's say Dave Chappelle, he goes to the Improv randomly, right?
Yeah. If you're a comic, yeah.
He'll meet you?
Yeah.
Like, what's up?
Dude, like most of the people we know have met him because he just like drops in. Like,
man, that's so dope.
Dude, I just missed him the other day. I missed it was for set of the night mic. I was hanging out and then everybody like dipped and I was like, fuck, I guess I'm gonna go do more mics. I leave and then I find out that him and Chris Rock did the spots at the OR literally right after I left. I was like, yo, man. But yeah, like a lot of them just hang out in the patio and stuff. Like,
that's dope.
Yeah.
Man. Well, that was the highlight of my month. Nice. Besides that, what about you? Anything interesting?
Not particularly. I've been missing. I've been going to the improv mics and just have not been getting up and picking me out of the bucket.
Did you talk? You did talk about the one in Burbank, the Flappers.
Yeah, we talked about that last week.
Yeah, so you need to take those classes.
Yeah, it's on February 4th.
Very cool.
I think I'm doing a show on the 28th of this month, like an additional show that I just got added on. Not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure. And then it was kind of cool because I just went to a mic randomly that I wasn't going to go to. And I was like, I don't know if I'm feeling it. Ended up going and I ended up meeting one of the guys that kind of has a hookup at the Ice House. So I haven't been there. I've never been there.
I've never been there either. So, maybe I'll go there to go see you then.
Yeah, so maybe I'll be on a show at the Ice House pretty soon.
Very dope.
Other than that,
can we talk about it?
Talk about what? Oh, the desk. We got a new setup. Yeah, someone was putting me on the spot last time. I was like, but I need help.
I was like, I don't fucking care. Figure it out.
Damn.
It looks amazing, Daniel. Very nice. I hope the viewers enjoy this desk. I definitely enjoy this desk.
No.
Yeah, I don't feel like it's gonna fall over in any minute. Yeah.
I just when I was looking at it, I was like, it's interesting though because it doesn't have supports like sideways. It's just like two metal squares with a glass table on top of it.
What do you mean sideways?
Yeah, like there's no support here connecting it to that to give it a little bit more sturdiness. It's just like I think it's.
I'm not gonna question it. I'm gonna enjoy it and say.
I just feel like it's like one of those things where if we lean it too far, it'll just. I'm like, what?
Let's not try that. I mean, I can tell you this much: it's a much bigger upgrade from what we had.
Well, you don't miss the wabbity. That shit was
crazy. Mickey Mouse, man. Yeah. Un Mickey Mouse como un Mickey Mouse.
It was all taped at the bottom.
Yeah, era full Disneyland.
Full Disneyland?
Yeah, full Disneyland.
Full Disney. When was the last time you went to Disneyland?
Oh my God. That's a good question. I went to Disneyland 2022 before I went to Peru. Oh, nice. When I was taking care of, I was a nanny to the 6-year-old, and me and his dad decided to take him to Disneyland, and I've never seen a 6-year-old hate Disneyland.
Really?
He was like, I hate this place. Really? And I was like, why do you hate this place?
Just too many people? Maybe?
I guess so. He
too
is.
Many noises?
Remember, he has special needs, so it might be too much stimulation for him. Yeah. But then there was moments of like him saying, I love this place. Yeah. This is the best. Yeah. But, you know. Kids are kids.
I don't remember when the last time that I went to Disneyland. What I do remember is the last few times I picked up. Like I like met somebody at Disneyland. Yeah. Two different. The last 2 times I picked up.
Like it was
like I was still walking. That's how long it's been. Yeah.
Oh damn! Yeah, you haven't been there since you've been.
Well, no, because I'm almost like, what is the point?
Yeah.
Of like most things, because it's like they're really long. You gotta like they're hilly. And then there's like certain rides that I can't get on anyways. So I'm just like, I've never.
Can you get on? So you can't get on roller coasters?
I can. It just depends on the roller coaster. So it's ones that if there's ones that I'm sitting and I'm just kind of like strapped in, I think I'm good. But if there's, you know how there's ones that your legs are swinging and shit, like I'll kick myself in the face with that. You know, I can't control that shit. I'll be fucking. I have my feet on the person behind me and shit, just, you know. So I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to take a foot to the face.
I'll tell you this much: you can't go to the Tower of Terror in Disney.
Nah, hell nah. I'll give myself the terror. I just.
Well, good thing for you. I would hate to go on the Tower of Terror. The last time I was on it, I cried.
Really?
I was like 20, like 7 years old, I think. I was 27 years old. I had gone with a bunch of my girlfriends, and they're like, "Let's go to Tower of Terror." I was like, "All right, this is cool."
Yeah.
I didn't think anything of it, and it's like the drop,
Yeah.
and you're sitting down.
Mm-hmm.
So when I felt my ass no longer on the seat, that's when I almost lost bodily fluid. Like I was, I was like ready to pass out. I get off of there and my legs were like shaking and my whole nervous system was off whack. Huh?
But why? You're scared
I
of
don't
heights?
know. I don't know. I do not like the feeling of my insides coming up.
Yeah.
To my implants.
I love that feeling. Like when you're driving and there's a big ass steep hill.
I
love that, man.
I hate that feeling. That feeling of like, oh no, I might throw up. Yeah.
All right, you know what's worse than that then? Have you ever been to Raging Waters?
Yeah, of course.
You know the slide that goes straight down?
Yeah, I would never do that.
Crazy.
I'm good.
It's like there's a portion when you're coming down that you're not touching the slide. And then and then that shit gives you a mad ass wedgie, bro. Like that because you do the fucking.
And there's some people that go head first.
No, they won't let you.
Oh, okay.
No, hell no, they won't let you.
That's crazy though. No, I don't do stuff like that. Like I'm more of a lazy river kind of girl.
No, but I was down when I was able body. I
actually
Six Flags, whatever. I was always with it,
I actually no. I take that back. I never want to go back to another water park in my life.
Really?
I'm good. I went again when I was a nanny to the 6-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
I took him to Hurricane Harbor.
Okay.
Oh no, I took him to Raging Waters.
Really?
And it's just like when you think about it, there's so much urine in this pool.
Yeah.
Because all the kids are peeing. Yeah. There's no way.
Yeah.
And so sure. I would just like, again, I think maybe I've become more of a germaphobe as I grew older. And I was just like looking around like, he's peeing, she's peeing, they're peeing. Am I peeing?
Nah, don't they have like a thing in the water now where if you pee, that shit is turns blue?
No.
Yeah, they do have I mean, I don't know if but there is a thing.
Definitely not in Raging Waters. They wouldn't be able to. That shit would be fucking blue water everywhere. Blue.
Yeah, well, that, that burning feeling in your eyes? Mm-hmm. That's not chlorine. That's the piss burning your eyes. Yeah.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
It's so horrible. So, yeah, I never want to go back to fucking water. Fuck that. No, thank you.
I mean, it's fun, like, if you can do it, type thing. No, you're good.
No, I'm good. I don't care. I mean, I would do it for a child. So, like, if I have to go with another kid or, like for a child, I'd do a lot of things. Mm-hmm. But me personally, I'm good.
Yeah.
I pass.
No water parks.
No water parks. I mean, it's bad enough that you already have, like, in Vegas, even that is, like, nasty. Like, going to, like, pool parties.
Pools, yeah.
Going to pool parties and adults just drinking and peeing themselves,
Yeah.
And then the worst part about it, one time I was at Encore and somebody had thrown up in the pool.
Yeah.
So everybody had to get out. Yeah. And it was like impossible. It was like herding cats, just drunk ass people like, yeah, we're going to get out. You know, like it was bad.
Yeah, I've never particularly enjoyed being around drunk people. I think that's one of the reasons that, like, I would avoid parties. I think I've said this before because drunk people, it just leads to like fighting and then just they're annoying.
Yeah.
I'm just like, man, I don't enjoy
this
being
at
around
all.
you drunk ass fools.
Yeah, I don't enjoy this at all.
Yeah. We forgot to talk about something that happened in comedy recently. That was a little crazy.
Natasha?
Yeah, it's crazy because I was actually at the Improv yesterday and I saw her like we walked past each other. Well, not walked, but
we get it. We get it.
Yeah. I was like, you're titties.
What?
Yeah. If you guys don't know, it's been like all over TMZ and everything because Bert Kreischer has this whole thing where he takes off his shirt in all his sets.
Yep.
So she came up behind him and she said, I got you, dog.
She took off her overalls and she was like, you know what? Boop.
Bam.
I wonder how long she did her set like that.
So she took her took everything off, but then she put a coat on like almost immediately after, and she did her set with like her white fluffy coat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was just like
it was just like a
like
one-time flash,
like, oh, if you could do it, I could do it type thing.
Okay.
No, yeah,
like a little flash, and that was it.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a jacket, so I'm sure she was moving and titties were probably popping out.
Well, when you wear a jacket and you have overalls on, your
no,
overalls
she didn't have the overalls up anymore though.
Oh, she had it down?
Down.
Damn,
yeah.
girl, that's right. Good for you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure she has great boobs, so.
I guess.
Oh, talking about boobs.
Talking about it. Hey, I'm.
On the subject, something interesting happened to me yesterday.
What happened yesterday?
So, I had to go to Victoria's Secret, which I haven't gone to in I don't know how long. It's been years. I don't really buy lingerie or, or anything from there anymore. But I needed to replace a bra, and I got sized.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Oh, you're a D," and I was like, "No, I'm not. I'm a C." Like, I've talked about this so many times. I'm a C cup. What are you talking about? She's like, "No, you're a D." I was like, "I probably have a lot of layers on." I even like fought her. I was like, no, because I have this layer and then I have another layer. She's like, "Okay, we'll bring you the C and then we'll see, and then you can try it out."
Mm-hmm.
And then I tried on the C and I was like, "Huh? Can I see the D?" And then she gave me the D and she's like, "It fits perfectly."
Really?
So I've been wearing the wrong size bra for I don't know how many years.
Really?
Which makes me a D cup, and now I have a little pep in my step, bitches. What's up?
You're funny.
What? I just woke up a little different today, I just
Yeah, I can't imagine like having that as a guy. Something like that. Like,
yeah, like all of a
I
sudden
always thought I was 5. I'm 7. What do
you
mean? But I talking about this is random, but talking about dicks and you know how guys we always have like big dick, little dick, whatever. But I just recently heard this thing where we compare dicks differently, men and women. Because guys were like, my shit is 7 inches long, blah, blah. But I heard that women are like, we don't care so much about the length, it's the thickness, bro.
It's girth,
like we're comparing, because are you? It's like if you're 9 inches, like but a pencil, all you doing is like poking me.
Yeah.
I was like, that's interesting.
It's true. Though. It's true. It's all about. I mean, a lot of women and a lot of my friends, we've talked about this. Like, even if you have 5 to 6 inches, like, but you got girth, chilling.
You're good.
Yeah. Chilling, because that's it feels better.
Yeah. Well, because you're actually feeling.
Like I'm not trying to put another tampon in my pussy. You know what I mean? Like I'm like.
But I was like,
I'm trying to get something like if I need that, I can get a Super Plus tampon and still do the trick. Ev, you've been taking a long time in there. Don't worry about me.
Don't worry about it. Just filling it up. Just filling it up. But yeah, I just thought that was funny that like because this is an argument that men have been having since the beginning of time, probably. You know, and we're just like, we've been comparing dicks the wrong way, bro.
That's true, but man, if you got yourself some length and some girth, we ain't mad at it. Yeah. We ain't mad at it at all.
I mean, but what's an appropriate? What? Well, I guess every woman's different.
Every woman's like, different. I mean, mine is. Mine is just 10 inches.
If you got
no
2
biggie.
fingers, we good. 3.
I'm like 2.
That's a lot. 3's a lot. Actually,
not. Yeah, it's well. You got to remember, it's like it's not like flat like this. It's like it's circumference, circle.
Yeah.
Did I say that right? It's a circumference of it. So even though it is like this portion, it goes like that.
Yeah.
Has like a little circular. So. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking like I'm sure like there's a joke there. Like we've been comparing dicks the wrong way this whole time, bruh. Some guys are like, yes. They're gonna be like, yeah, fuck the length. That's funny.
Now, if you got a thick dick and you got short and it's little, that's not gonna work either.
No bueno?
No, because then this is like a little mushroom.
Oh, then that just kind of that voids my point then, because I was like, it was always like length is the comparison.
If you got like 4 or 3 inches on you and it's thick, that's not gonna work.
Really?
You still need a little bit of depth. Yeah, like anything.
A little depth.
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 Yeah, depth. That's a death.
Yeah.
Yes, we want to feel like we're dying. Kill us. Murder the pussy. What else do you want me to say?
Nah, that's not true because like you sometimes you'll hit that wall. You guys have a wall.
Yeah.
And you like it's like always painful. It's always like,
no, it's not painful.
Shit. Well, that's
I'm like, no, it's not painful. It's not that painful.
That's been my experience when I'm just because I used to like have this thing where I was like, I'm gonna make her jump. Hit it and then and they'll be like, don't do that. So it's like a pain thing. Yeah.
No, it's everybody has
maybe
their,
it's just you're like, ooh, hit me harder.
Everybody likes what they like.
Yeah, well, I always thought
this
it was
is a free judgment zone, you guys.
You don't want to hit that. I always thought you don't want to hit that. Like what?
You do.
Anyways, we get into these riffs because we're
running
out of time.
Running out of time. Let's see.
Hit my wall. That's what you're saying.
We're hitting a wall? Okay. Have you ever spoke to someone in Spanish and they are hella Spanish? Like, they're like paisa, Mexicano, they're Latino as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, they look like your aunt or uncle.
Yes.
But they respond in English?
Yeah.
Has that ever happened to you?
Yeah, well, they're like struggling and shit. And you're like, pero yo hablo español, yo te ayudo. And then they want to keep it that.
And then they keep talking to you in English.
But I respect it, especially if they're trying to get better at English. You can't really hate on that. But I think every Spanish and English speaker has experienced that.
Yeah.
In some form. Yeah, for sure.
Give me an experience.
Anytime at work, like when I used to work at a restaurant,
mm-hmm.
people will come in like it was different because this was in Washington, so it was white people that would try to do it. Like it was the opposite where they would try to talk in Spanish.
I would like a burrito.
Yeah, and I'm telling them in English, and I'm just like, but I've experienced both sides where like a hella paisa is like trying to, say it in English.
Es que I would really like.
Yeah. And I'm like, no, jefe, yo hablo español.
One quesadilla.
Yeah. Well, you had a weird experience like that?
I've had two experiences. One which was really positive, and then another one that was negative. So I'll talk about the positive one. I was at a Mexican restaurant in the Valley, and the waiter, the busboy, came up to us and was like, "Oh, ¿quieres do you guys want any? Would you guys like chips and salsa?" Like the very like paisa, And I was like, "Sí, también tienes guacamole?" Y me respondió, me dice, "Yes, we have guacamole." And I go, "Puedes hablar español si quieres. Si es que tú quieres. Hablamos español aquí."
Mm-hmm.
And then he responded with, "Oh, muchas gracias por decir eso, porque a veces la gente no le gusta que hablamos español, a veces la gente se pone de mal humor porque piensan que, o sea, los latinos no se quieren apoyar a los otros latinos." So he basically told me, us as Latin people, we don't like to support our Latin people sometimes, especially when we look like, I guess you would say I would look whitewashed in a way,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I look like Latina, but I don't look paisa Latina, you know? Yeah. So he was telling me that. He's like, yeah, aprecio mucho que me hagas dicho eso, ahora puedo sentirme mejor. And hablando en español.
Yeah.
And I was like, claro, no hay problema. Aquí todos hablan español, no te preocupes.
Yeah.
And that was like my good experience with that. And then one time I got like a little pushback from an older man. I don't remember if he was like a janitor or like a security guard or something. I don't know. I know I was like in a business office and I had asked him, I said, "Oh, ¿sabes dónde está el baño por aquí?" And he responded, "Yes. If you go to the elevator and you press número 3, and like the way he was speaking, I was like, "Oh, muchas gracias." I think I asked him something else about parking. I was like, if I go up there and I come back, is my parking ticket still valid, And, but I asked him in Spanish, and then he responded to me back again in English. And I asked him, I said, "Sí, no quiero faltarle el respeto, pero si te estoy hablando español y yo sé que hablas español, ¿por qué no me hablas español?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Y he responded to me in English, "Because we live in this country now and we have to speak this language."
Yeah.
And it's like kind of like, oh man, that's sad. He's being brainwashed to think that this is what needs to happen. Like, I get it. I support Latinos that want to learn the language, want to learn English, and they want to get better for themselves, for their families, for their future. Amazing. But never lose your culture. Never lose that like, hey, I'm proud to be Latin, and it's okay every once in a while I can speak to some people in Spanish. It's not going to kill you.
Yeah.
You know? And I told him, I said, oh, okay, thank you. That's it. I left it alone. I wasn't going to bug him anymore, but I just wanted to know.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, maybe he had a bad experience or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Can't fault somebody for trying, you know?
Yeah.
For wanting.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt discriminated for being Latino?
Have I ever felt discriminated for being Latino? Yes. In elementary school, there weren't a lot of us. There was very little of us. Mm-hmm. I went to a very white elementary school, Darby Elementary, whoop whoop. And there weren't a lot of us, but I just remember being kind of shy about speaking Spanish. Mm-hmm. And I remember telling people that I was American because I was scared to say that I was from another country because I didn't want them to look at me differently. Yeah. You know? So I wanted to fit in. Yeah. But that was me as like a little girl. I didn't know much. I had, you know, barely started speaking the language a couple years before that. Like, yeah. So I don't think I was discriminated. I think I discriminated myself in that sense. Yeah. What about you?
I have a few times for sure. But because I lived in the state of Washington, and Washington is predominantly a white state, like white people, mainly as white people, you know. So
you got a lot of Abraham Lincolns and George Washingtons.
So I think I've said this before, where like they would call Napoleon Dynamite had come on, and they were like, "Why do you talk like Pedro?" Or they were like, well, you know, like I would get like these little, and then like there's just some people that just don't like Latin people, you know. Yeah. And then the other time here in California, it's when I was still walking, cops, like one time I remember I used to work at a mall and I lived fairly close, so I went walking and I got stopped twice. Like, and I was just like, yo, what the fuck, bro? Like, y'all just hating right now, you know? But nothing really major, like nothing where it was just like, oh, it affected me, you know? Yeah, it's like, I mean, because we're fairly light skinned too, so that for sure helps, you know? I'm sure the darker your complexion goes, the more experiences you have of those things, you know? Especially because even Latinos will discriminate against other Latinos that are like darker skinned. Yeah. You know, so it's like you're gonna get it in one way or another.
Yeah,
you know?
It's funny though. But we don't, I don't know if it's like necessarily discrimination. I just think it's just our culture. Like my dad was explaining to me yesterday, like in our cultures, it is still okay if you are the darkest skin. Like, for example, I'll put a great example. My brother is the darkest one out of all of us in the family. Mm-hmm. Él es el negrito. You know what I mean? Él es el negro. On top of it, he's loud. Él es el negrito. Like, you know, we just call him negro.
Oye, mi negro.
Yeah, oye, negrito. You know?
Did you know that's the Spanish word for the N-word? If y'all so if they're like, oye, mi negro, it's the same as saying, what up, ma? Beep. Yeah, if y'all didn't know.
But that's the thing. It doesn't sound or feel the same way as that, as derogatory. You know what I mean?
Yeah. As Latinos, they give you like if you're short, you're la chiquita, you're skinny, el flaco.
Claro, yo soy petiza, chata. Yeah. O sea, a veces, you know, they're really mean, you know, sin piernas. Like, what? Yeah.
That's what they will call me?
Yeah, I mean, they'd probably say sin piernas.
Hey, llantas.
Llantas, yeah, they would call you llantas. Like, I mean, whatever you look like or you are, they're going to call you out, you know? I remember there was a joke that my dad had told. This is one of my dad jokes. He goes, había una vez un amigo que estaba buscando otro amigo y se llamaba Cabezón. Oye, Cabezón. Entonces va a la casa a buscarlo el Cabezón y le toca la puerta y la mamá sale y le dice, oye, señora, estoy buscándolo el Cabezón. ¿Qué le ha dicho a mi hijo? Oh, perdón, señora, ¿el Cabezón? No, ¿qué le ha dicho a mi hijo? Mi hijo se llama Javier. Dile por su nombre, caramba, porque así se llama él. Perdóname, señora, no quiero faltar de respeto. Ya, dame un momento, lo voy a agarrar. ¡Cabezón, te buscan! Yeah. It's just what we do. It's part of our culture. I hope we never lose that because I think that's what made us tougher people. You know, we got bullied.
Like who said it? Like George Lopez, I think. Like our parents were the original bullies.
Yeah, our parents were original bullies. You know. I mean, I'm not about body shaming and not about, you know, like actual name calling and all that. But I am about joking around and like, and if somebody has a good sense of humor and you can teach your child that, you know, it's cool. In the most respectful way, obviously, you know?
Yeah. You have to be serious, but at the same time, not take life so serious.
Yeah, exactly.
Wanna do uno más?
Okay, una más. A ver. Do you think mental health therapy is meant for everyone?
Maybe not everyone, because I'm sure there's people that don't need it. They just got a good head on them and never had any traumas and just had like a good life. But it can't hurt, I don't think. Like, you know, so it's just, I mean, with therapy, I think it's just talking, just being open and having a conversation. So if you're doing that, I don't think you don't necessarily like need to sit down with an actual therapist, as long as you're speaking what your emotions and what you're feeling to somebody.
Right.
So not necessarily everybody, but it can't hurt.
I think a lot. I think at least 99% of the people of the population would benefit from mental health therapy. You know, I think once again, going back on my parents, going back on my grandparents, like it just wasn't something that was looked upon like, yeah, they're okay. It's more like, oh no, están locos, you know, están bien enfermos.
Yeah.
I think that if we could take that part of our culture out, there's so many things that my dad was telling you yesterday, like keep the things that you like from the culture and take away the ones that you don't want, and then make your own culture, you know, make it yours.
I mean, isn't that what we've been trying to do since the beginning, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, there are just some traditional things that you grow up with, you know. In Peru, he was telling you, like, the man sits down first and he gets the first meal, and you know those traditions get broken. But I think it's beneficial for us to break those traditions and make it okay. So I've been the first one in my family to get therapy. I've been the first one in my family to be like stepping up and say like, hey, I don't have that much childhood trauma. I really don't. Not that I can remember, because honestly, I can't remember a lot of my childhood. When I try to think about it, I'm like, oh yeah, there are bits and pieces, and I'm like, oh,
that might be an indicator right there, because your brain does a good job of like, this was not good for me, let me erase it.
Maybe, I don't know. But nonetheless, I do have my own issues that I go with, you know, with now, like anxiety, some depression, some, you know, manic state sometimes, and I need help. I need someone to tell me like, hey, what are some breathing techniques, you know, some audiobooks that can help me, some journaling, all these things that have been beneficial to me in my past that have helped me build who I am today. And I think that if we can make this a norm and not make our, you know, our relatives feel bad about, oh shit, mira, tan terapia está loca. You know?
Well, I mean, it's gotten way more open, and it used to be like kind of like taboo, like, oh, you've seen a therapist, oh shit, like,
oh shit, there's some things really wrong, you know.
There's for sure a lot of misconceptions about, you know, there's something really wrong with that person.
Even like my own father was like, don't tell people you go to therapy. I'm like, Dad, I don't care. It's fine, you know. And he's like, okay, pero te van a mirar diferente. I'm like, no, I don't care. If they do, that's on them. It's not my problem.
It's their thought and their judgment, so it doesn't affect you, you know.
Sure. Well, we got one more, and this is the one from last time.
You have time?
I don't think so. No, we gotta get going.
I think we're good.
Okay. Bueno, you know what? You guys already know what to do. Follow and like, subscribe. Send it to everybody. I keep always looking at this one. Send it to everybody. Send it to everybody. Send it to all your Latino relatives, all of your, everybody. Everybody. It doesn't matter. All your Asian relatives, all of your.
Let us know if like if you guys want like more Latin stuff in it. We'll do
you know, comment some chilies or something.
Yeah, there you go.
Comment chilies, tacos, and I don't know what else, and cerveza.
We should do that one day, actually. What do they call it when you get a bunch of food and just eat it?
We should
do that on the podcast. Just a bunch of like.
We should have maybe for Cinco de Mayo we can do like some tacos, and well, I don't drink beer, but maybe I'll have a margarita.
There you go.
Hey.
Yeah, we'll do something.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for tuning in once again to another episode of Latin Feels Podcast.
We out. Y se acabó la cosa. That's it. That's the end of the show. We'll catch another episode with Tiny and the Man on Wheels.